Hi, everyone. Today we're here with Officer Acosta of the SJPD, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a police officer. So, Officer Acosta, could you start off by giving us a little introduction about yourself?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Javier Acosta, and I am a police officer with the city of San Jose. I'm approaching my 24th year here with the department, and I'm originally from San Jose. I grew up in San Jose, and I joined the San Jose Police Department when I was about 24 years old.
Awesome. Let's get into the first question. What are the goals of this career? And what would a student who follows this career expect to be doing?
So I describe the path of law enforcement as four different sections. One is getting the job. Two is being accepted into the police academy and navigating through the 7-month academy. And third is completing the FTO program, which is the field training program, where you ride with another instructor, another officer. And fourth is getting off probation. Once you're off probation, then really sky's the limit. We have over 50 different opportunities here at the police department, 50 different jobs that anybody can apply for after 3 years of working in patrol. So think of the city of San Jose as a big company with over 50 positions that all of you, any officer can apply for.
But what's the central goal? What would you say is the central goal of the police department?
So the central goal really is to provide excellent customer service to the general public, while at the same time enjoying an honorable, rewarding, and fun career. The goal is really to go to work every day, provide great service to the community, make it home at night safely, and do it all over again. It goes by really fast. And especially when you start navigating through all the different positions, it goes by really fast.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. For the next question, how do you describe the average work-life experience of a patrol officer?
So patrol is very demanding. The hours are long. The work can be demanding. So, we work 4 days a week and we're off 3 days a week. So we work 4 10-hour days to complete the 40 hours for the week, and then you're off 3 days. So, I think it's important that that you have practices in your personal life to help navigate through the stressors of the job, like exercise, healthy diet, friends outside of the police department, and really and having a good work-life balance is key to really navigating through a 25-year career. So we have a lot of practices in place here at the police department. We have wellness programs where officers can work out on duty. We have unlimited counseling for you, your spouse, and your children. And we have a peer support group here at the department. So we really have a lot of great things in place to ensure that you're a healthy, happy, and a safe employee.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's really important to highlight in a first responder position, that ability to ask for help and know when you need it, because first responder jobs, for whether it be police, fire, EMS, they're all really stressful, and that stress can eat you up if you don't talk to someone, ask for help when you need it.
Yes, that's a great point, Nicholas. And we have a great program here at the department where help is just a phone call away, and there's really no stigma about it. It's perfectly open to everyone. And in my career here with 24 years, I have seen the transition from, oh, it's awkward, should I call, maybe I shouldn't, to, hey, it's openly accepted, there's no stigma around it, and we commonly talk about it amongst our peers.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great to see a lot of departments moving over to that, and that's something in my limited experience with the fire service, what we've been seeing as well.
Yeah.
So what drew you specifically to this job, and how do you get into policing?
Well, I was in college. I was about 23 years old. I knew I wanted a career. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. I was attending college, and a friend of mine in class says, "Hey, I'm going to go take the police test." And I said, "Hey, I'll go with you." Um, and then he ended up not passing, and I did. And then I just stuck with it, and I figured this is a great career. And I started reading into it more. The benefits were amazing, and it wasn't just a job. And I was drawn to all the different things that you could do. And before you know it, I got accepted, and I blinked, and it's been 24 years. It really goes by fast. And I found myself in the beginning, a little nervous about it, and it was new to me. But the camaraderie I found here at the department, the services, the different jobs I could do, and the family here, the San Jose Police family, drew me right away and hooked me, and I never left. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what do you think would make, or what do you think made you a good candidate at the time? And what do you think would make someone a good candidate right now?
So I think, right now, I mean, I think it's kind of the same what a good candidate would be back then and now, but I think it's changing a little bit. We right now the police department it used to be if you were administration justice major, criminal justice major, that was it. But conversely, we're looking for people that are in the behavioral sciences, people that have a background in counseling and social work and therapy, because police work now has changed. It's not changing; it's completely changed, and for the better, I think. We need people that are going to have the key skills in problem solving, and have the basic skills like problem solving, and having patience and sympathy and understanding and tolerance uh, of crisis, and being able to de-escalate, and being able to have a background where you have those skills to be able to walk into a crisis situation and be able to navigate through that. And so we're looking for all walks of life, really, people that have different skills that I just mentioned, and also different languages. We really want to have a product of our own community serve our community. So that's what we're looking for. So I think if you have a good background, good high moral compass, and strong work ethic, and have all of those skills, we'd be happy to have you.
Right on. I think that's a great summary of what makes a good candidate. And I think I'd also like to add, with all the like kind of first responder occupations, the social aspect of it, being able to deal with people who might be on their worst day. That's also a really important aspect of it, because
Yep.
at the end of the day, we're all providing customer service, and it needs to be at the best we can provide.
Yeah. Yep. Um, that's perfectly a good example of what you said. I mean, nowadays, you show up to a call, and you really have to be able to differentiate within seconds if somebody's in, maybe under the influence of a narcotics, or they're having a mental health issue. And we have to be able to navigate that and have the patient's tolerance, sympathy, and empathy to say, okay, I understand what's happening here, and get the resources I need to be able to navigate through that call. And so mental health is probably a majority of our workload nowadays. So, the department has done a great job of getting training and having skills, and teaching us communication skills, and stuff like that.
It's pretty interesting to learn. Yeah, that's kind of how the fire science has shifted more over to the medical side over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Right. Right. How would you say this career has changed you as a person? You have had a pretty long career so far in policing. So has it grown any new traits in you, expanded anything that you already had before? What would you say?
Well, sometimes you're going to see and do and smell things that sometimes the body is not really designed to see, smell, and do. It's just, the reality of it. It has opened my eyes to, excuse me, it has opened my eyes to, the world that I had never seen before. I mean, although I did grow up in an area of San Jose that was quite busy with law enforcement, so I was exposed as a young person to a lot of stuff I didn't desire, like graffiti and crime and drugs and all that stuff as a young person. But in my neighborhood, but I think it has exposed me to also to the resilience that people really have. I've seen the worst in people and I've seen the best in people. So it's really opened my eyes to humanity. And but at the same time, it's sometimes you get sort of jaded with constant negativity but you have to be able to have, like I said earlier, you know, practices in your life that will help you navigate through a difficult day or a week or a month, for that matter. Um, but it's made me more aware of what's really going on in life. But it has also, like I said, shown me a positive sign of humanity that it's really great to see.
Awesome. That's an excellent answer to that question. So on the flip side, can you think of any like downsides or maybe regrets that this career has caused you?
Well, regrets. I don't have any regrets of joining. But you have to grow a little bit of a thicker skin, I would say, and you have to be able to, take criticism, especially in a public setting. You have people who constantly can sometimes get in your face and yell and say mean things, but you got to be able to separate the personal from the business, right? So I guess if I had to grow a new trait, so to speak, you have to sort of have thick skin and not take things so personal. So I think, this job can be tough sometimes, but at the same time, you will change people's lives like you would never believe. I'm just an average person who joined a great career. And next thing you know, me, little old me, has saved somebody's life, right? Or made an impact on a member of the community that nobody else would have. And maybe it changed for the better. So, I think the job comes with a lot of difficult things, but it also is coupled with a lot of rewarding things. So it kind of balances itself out.
Awesome. That's a really great to note. Uh, just keeping on that a little bit, would you say a lot of patrol officers work lots of overtime? Or because you were mentioning earlier that shifts are around 10 hours, whereas with the fire service can be 48-hour shifts. So that's kind of the difference I noted.
Yeah, so the demands are pretty high. Overtime is readily available because of our short staffing. But even without minimum staffing, you could be in patrol working and you get an accident or a critical incident. At the end of the day, you just can't tell the citizen, oh, I'm about to get off, I can't help you. So by default, you got a lot of built-in overtime with reports, late cases, and long-winded investigations that whether you want to work overtime or not, sometimes it's part of the job.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome to note. Yeah, a lot of the times your job doesn't end when the clock strikes 5, or however you want to put it.
That's not the job we have. Yeah.
How would you say promotions work within the police department?
So promotions are great. You have several steps. You can promote to sergeant, lieutenant, captain, deputy chief, assistant chief, and the chief of police pretty quickly, rather quickly. And we have lots of females that are high command staff. We have a great mix of demographic makeup in our command staff. We have Latinos, African Americans, Asians. And so we have quite a bit of different groups that are in the upper command staff. But that's, you take an exam, you promote, And so I think the promotional process is very good. We promote about 30 sergeants, generally about a 30, 15 to 30 a year. So promotions are very, very good here at the department.
Uh, Before joining the police department, would you say there's any qualifications that a recruit would need that would make them maybe more competitive um, to promote earlier than
Yeah,
others?
I mean, a degree is certainly, good to have, an advanced degree if you have a master's, but really it's not required. You just need to come in as an officer, work 3 years, and then start promoting. But, you might want to have some investigative background, some SWAT tactical training background, different kind of units before you start promoting so that, you can offer the best supervision to the people you're going to supervise. But really, a lot of people come into the department with prior jobs in tech, being a chiropractor, engineer, sales, marketing. They already have that coming into the law enforcement, and then they get a few more, experience in the department, and then promote.
Okay, awesome. I think we already covered how you would get started in this career. So is there any last things that you would like to point out to someone who's interested in joining the police department?
Yeah, so our website is sjpdu.com, YOU. And really, you can go to the website and navigate through that. And we got tons of positions in law enforcement, community service officers, dispatchers, call takers, operations support, services detail, which is positions of behind the scenes that help officers, like in fingerprints, records management, reports management, stuff like that. But we also have internships available through our VOLT program. So, we've got lots of things that you can get involved with early on. We have the PAL Cadet program. If you're in high school, middle school, you can join the cadet program. So, there's plenty of ways to get involved early and young. And so you can see and get exposed to things, whether or not you'll be interested. But, this is the most rewarding, honorable, noble thing anybody's going to do. I promise you, you will not be bored. You will do amazing things. You will meet amazing people. And it's really one of the most honorable, rewarding things I've done. And I wouldn't regret it for anything. So I encourage young people to get involved early, internship with their local department, and, interview officers, go on a ride along, on a tour, and get exposed early to see if it's something you might want to get interested in.
Excellent. That's a great way to wrap up this interview. And I'd really like to thank you for taking your time to talk to us students about what it's like to be a police officer.
You're very welcome, Anthony, Nicholas, and thank you for having me. Again, if you guys ever have any questions, our phone number is 408-277-4951, or our website, sjpdu.com. Thank you for having me, Nicholas.
All right. I will have your contact info on the website as well.
Great.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.